So super close call with KC today in the middle of the day. I still had deer on me at like 10:30, so it took us some time to get over there, or it took me some time. And at that point, a coyote had busted them, and lots of other things were happening, as you saw, that made that a very frustrating experience. What makes it the most frustrating is that's the biggest deer we've ever put a stalk on. So all those little things add up and made it tough. But it's raining right now, pretty good. I'm headed in to where I hunted this morning. I think I'm going to try to hunt there again this evening, and then I'm going to move. I really wanted to get back in here and do some stuff before it got too late, but it's already 3:45. It's a pretty good haul over here, and so I'm trying to squeeze up in there if the rain will stop and try to shoot a big deer this afternoon. If not, I'm going to change stands in the morning, probably be hunting out of a saddle again on a southeast wind near my dad's stand. So anyway, I'm going to try not to get stuck in the mud. I'm going to cut this interview right now.
First line in is a jacket or two to wear, so we're going to see if they're as warm as some of the other stuff we've been wearing. Feels pretty good. So this morning we chased a giant buck around. Go watch that if you haven't. We're so close, that's how it goes on the ground. This evening though, we are set up in a tree, which is kind of nice. It's just kind of pretty good after you've had a long morning of chasing deer around and just getting a cruiser and sit in a tree and relax and do some glassing. So that's what we're going to do. We've seen a lot of deer from this stand before, and hopefully we continue to do that tonight. We actually saw 2 does just walking around whenever we came in here to hang. So I hope the deer movement just continues. I'm actually going to do some rattling and stuff here in just a little bit because it's definitely like that early rut stuff where those deer are responding to that. I mean, we almost killed one this morning because he came into rattling, so hopefully we can replicate that this evening and shoot a big public land buck. Is he really one of the best ever for taking steroids? Most hyped ever. this way. Yep. Oh, that doe just ran up to her. You want to shoot any of them? Oh shit, here he goes. Yep, coming this way. Oh, there's another doe in front of her. Closer, coming this way. They're about to be out of my sight, so you'll have to keep a lookout. Oh, he's mad. This one, Jason's mad. He's like thrashing something.
Well, it rained a lot last night, rained a lot yesterday evening. We actually got down to the stand a little bit early, as you could see. Not super early, you know, we weren't going to kill any deer, but didn't want to get rained on too bad. And the rain started pretty heavy after that. But this morning should be a really good hunt. It's been a really cold night. Rain stopped about midnight. It's misting a little bit out there right now, but that should clear up for us, and we should have a good opportunity to see some deer, make some moves on some bucks, do some rattling, hopefully have somebody come in and try to just absolutely destroy Billy, and then we will destroy him. That is the plan for today. Deer running over there on that hill. Running this way. They're way over there on the hill. They're getting chased by somebody. Yeah, there's a big buck way over there on the hill. I've had the same problem in this canyon before. There's a road you can drive to pretty much and get out and hunt instead of going a long way around like we did. And these coyote hunters love to come sit up on this hill and call down at the bottom. Public land, right? Those coyote hunters pretty much blew out this whole canyon. So we're going to move up and over and hunt the other ridge over there where we've seen some deer, but this seems to be the hot side. So that's the plan for now. Got 2 does on this hill. Got Bucky behind us. And we actually have a lot of visual here. And it's quiet. So we're gonna rattle and hope that we have really good cover here. And then bucks will come in, look at Bucky, and give us a chance to shoot him. It's pretty simple. I glassed a buck up about 600 yards over there, rattled at him, he heard it, and then we saw him drop down the hill like he's gonna come up, so I readjusted. Hopefully I'll be able to stay down below the brush and just pop up and shoot. He heard that. He's looking. Gosh dang it. He's still thinking about it. Oh yeah. He sees the decoy. Oh, come on, dude. He's gone away. There's a chance that we could ambush those deer in this canyon bottom over here behind us tomorrow night. I got a pretty good idea on how they moved south. Now, the only thing is gonna be is if they actually want to go through the bottom to get there in the evening or not. I think they will, and unless some card pull or something today from a trail camera changes our minds, that's probably gonna be our plan tonight. I think as soon as we can get these deer kind of out of our sight, we're gonna go down, get the truck, get our gear together, load up Billy, and try to figure out exactly where they cross down there and get a good bearing on where we can set up this evening.
assumed I would have a southeast, and that would be perfect. Should be blowing that way. But that buck picked me up over there. That's cool. So we got a south wind. It's got a little bit of west to it. It's supposed to be southeast, but it's got a little west to it. And right now, it's hitting this ravine and sucking it straight east. And we're going to use that to our advantage to kill a big buck tonight. Might go set up down here in these plums right down here and see if that wind is consistent. And if so, we'll be able to see the deer coming as opposed to being surprised by them. This seems risky, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. If we can get the does to go past us, we can get a shot of this buck for sure. It's just all going to be all about not getting seen and partially not getting smelled. The wind is good, but you never know down here in these canyons how it's swirling around. I feel really good about the spot. I feel if the deer do what we want them to, it's going to be good. But there's also a chance we don't see any deer. That's kind of how it goes when you're down in these holes. But I got good shots, I got good lanes, and we got good cover in these plums, so it's worth doing. Okay, new stand. I've got maybe a little better wind. Just depends on where they come from. Right now in the rut, they're coming from every direction. So it's really tough to predict, a bed to feed pattern off of this weed up here a mile away or so. I'm in here early hoping for a cruiser. Hoping it's a big mature buck either way, but that big heavy 10 would be really, really cool. That was pretty cool. That buck was less than 15 yards. And I wanted to rip. That thing just basketball head and thick body. Just big old thick mess of hair on top of his head. Ready to fight. 2 broken G3s. That's cool. Grunting and stuff. Hopefully that same thing happens with a big old 10-point here in just a little bit. Things are busting loose.
Bit.
That hurts.
I heard him running.
Me too. I know. I was just listening. How are you supposed to know to draw when you hear footsteps?
That was still looking at us over there. Oh my gosh, dude.
Eric, we had him at 25 yards.
It's just that slight movement to grab the bow. And I think we both kind of moved. I mean, we barely moved.
I
You were
don't.
grabbing your bow, and I was like,
I think he just saw the blobs.
you think?
Yeah. Oh, Eric, that hurts bad.
Is that the big one?
Yeah, that's
Big
it.
after.
That was him. Unreal. Well, I guess we can go drive around and do some scouting. Because that's what we came in here for, and it's over already. Unbelievable. Eric and I are sitting here. It's 6 o'clock, a little bit early for when I'm thinking the deer are going to come by. I mean, in my experience, I've hunted this property in this area, and they come in last light. And all of a sudden I hear just, and I'm like, what is that noise? I've heard power lines make noise like that before. And it gets louder and louder, and then I realize it's galloping. And as soon as I hear, like I have the realization, whew, does right beside us at 20 yards. And I'm like, holy smokes, there's probably going to be a buck following them. And as soon as that thought hit my mind, the mega giant that we're chasing runs right there at like 20 yards. And then I think those does I don't know what happened, but they got us. One way or another, they got us. And he locked it up right there. I don't have my bow up or nothing, no shot. And then they kind of bumped up on the hill. They were looking back, trying to figure out where we were. And then a doe blew from over here, and that kind of sealed the deal. I got up, was going to try to take a shot. I knew about how far he was, but I had ranged in a spot right there. And I thought he was a little further than that spot, but he actually was right at like 60 yards. So good that I didn't air one out, but it should have stinked to be that close and to not get it done. The more that we bump this deer, the more he's going to not tolerate it. Sooner or later, it's going to be over for this buck. But we got to hunt until it's over because he's so big. And I would just love to be able to make that happen. So we're going to pick her stuff up, wipe her tears off, and
go at it again. Try to figure something else out. Try to be valuable. And maybe kill him in the morning.